Hi, I'm Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Benton LittleShift Bike Rack on the back for a 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Now this may be a great option if you're looking for something for more of your solo rides and something that doesn't take up a lot of space on the back of your Jeep. So we're really just going to be focusing on how this rack interacts with our vehicle. So the first thing I do want to point out is how close it is at the moment with your bike on in place. So even if you're on a really bumpy road, this is moving around quite a bit, you're going to be just fine. The only issue you would ever have is if you had a really tiny bike, those handlebars could make contact with this, but that's more in the realm of if you have a kid bike back here. Now when it comes to actually gaining access to your tailgate, at the moment we won't be able to do that. I'm going to take off my bike. Now part of the reason why it doesn't tilt back is because it has a pretty high weight capacity of 80 pounds per bike. So that's how we get that. So that'll be able to accommodate you heavy e-bikes too. But all we have to do to remove it is take off these straps here at the bottom. You're going to have one per tire. That's part of the reason why you get such a good hold. You'll notice that front ratcheting hook is on a tire. You can also mount that to your frame as well, depending on if you have a carbon frame bike or not, or if you have fenders or not. I like that you can take this off completely, just gets it out of your way. I find it to be a little bit easier to remove bikes like that. And with it off, I can take it out for a ride. Now we can take a closer look at those cradles. The one on the front side, where the front tire was, that's not going to pivot at all. And then the one on the back side, that one does pivot to accommodate a wider range of wheelbases. But let's make sure we put everything back up. Then I can get a couple measurements on how this fits back here. And the first measurement I'm going to be getting is going to be the distance from the ground. That's important to know if you're going up any steep inclines, like a driveway, parking lot, or even just a steep hill. And this is going to be about 20 inches. So in most cases, you're going to be fine, even with a lot of weight back here. And for the total distance away it sits, this is going to be 18 inches. So that's fairly compact. But it's still a good idea to keep an eye out if you're in a tight parking spot or garage. Now we won't have any folding capabilities, so we don't have to worry about blocking anything back here like our license plate, our backup camera, and our taillights or your back window. But something that is pretty unique to this that I think could work out great for the Jeep is if you're kind of having issues trying to reach in here, you could simply just use this as a step to get into the back of your vehicle. And speaking of that, if I lower down this tailgate, you'll notice we're not going to be making contact with anything here. So a couple times I had to get in the back of this truck today. I was just using this to help me up there. And the way this is going to install is we're going to have your 2-inch shank that goes into a 2-inch hitch receiver. And we're going to have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through and connects to a clip. And that's going to give us a good hold because when I go to shake this is barely going to move, if at all. Now, in my opinion, I think this is going to be a solid option because if you are riding quite a bit, it's not going to take up much space. But if you ever do need to remove it, you just got to take off that anti-rattle bolt. It's fairly light and it doesn't take up much space in your garage. And it's nice that we can use this to get in the back of our bed as well. Now, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at etrailer. And again, I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.